You're watching viewer-supported New Hampshire PBS.
This week on Granite State Challenge, the Falcons of Bow High School take on the Crusaders of Littleton High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, Heinemann Publishing, DF Richard Energy, Measured Progress, HRCU, the NEAF Network Organizations, our Super Sunday partner Manchester Community College, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We're very early on in round one of Granite State Challenge. In fact, we're at game two. Two great teams are here tonight to do battle to see who moves on to the quarterfinals. Let's introduce them to you, shall we? First up, we have the Falcons of Bow High School. They are led by junior captain Aaron, who wants to major in computer science. Tell us why.
I just enjoy working with computers and programming them. It's something I like to do.
That's fantastic. Justin is a sophomore and wants to major in finance. Why finance?
I like math, I like money, and
Excellent. Two great reasons. He's joined by Connor, a junior, who bleached his hair for what?
The soccer team does it every fall.
For the soccer team, not for Granite State Challenge.
No.
Okay, well, maybe for next round if you make it. And last, they are joined by Luca, who is a senior and an identical twin.
Yeah,
So how do we know that it's you?
I do Granite State Challenge and he doesn't.
Perfect. That works great. The team is coached by Michelle Lavas, and the alternates are Lara and Zach. All right, and next up we have the Crusaders of Littleton High School. Their captain is Jenna. Jenna is a junior. And Jenna, you play 4 instruments? Which ones?
I do. I play the tuba, the euphonium, the clarinet, and the sousaphone.
And the euphonium's your favorite, right? Okay, it's my favorite, but that's okay. She's joined by Marcos, a junior, wants to be either a psychologist or an astronomer. Leaning one way or the other?
I'm really enjoying psychology.
Excellent, that's fantastic. He's joined by Aiden, a senior, wants to be a mechanical engineer. Why a mechanical engineer?
I enjoy solving problems, and I think the world needs more engineers today.
Sounds perfect to me. Sounds like an engineer. And they are joined by Vincent, a freshman who does karate. How long have you been doing karate?
Like maybe 4 or 5 years, I think.
And what belt are you?
Purple belt with a stripe.
Purple belt. That's great. The Crusaders are coached by Charles Denny, and the alternates are Dana and Brianna. They are the Crusaders of Littleton High School. One more introduction for you tonight, and those are our judges. Back with us for another season of Granite State Challenge are Ann Belanger and Jim Johnston. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Let's jump right into the game. Granite State Challenge is played in 4 rounds, and in round 1, we do 10-point toss-up questions. Each question's worth 10 points. Bo, if you're ready, Littleton, you're ready? Good luck, here we go. Bucharest is the capital and largest city in this European country. Aaron of Bow?
Romania.
Romania is correct. This president was given the nickname Old Hickory because the soldiers he commanded said he was as tough as Old Hickory. Luca of Bow?
Jackson.
Andrew Jackson is correct. This continental transform fault in California is about 750 miles in length and forms the tectonic boundary between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. Connor of Bow?
San Andreas Fault.
San Andreas Fault is correct. This conflict between the Plantagenets and Lancasters is known by this flowery name. Vincent.
War of the Roses.
Say it again?
War of the Roses.
That is correct. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote a poem about Martha Hilton, a maid and second wife of this Portsmouth native who served as the governor of the province of New Hampshire from 1741 to 1766. Connor of Bow?
Wentworth.
Judges, we need more specific. First name, please. Littleton. It was Benning Wentworth. Benning Wentworth. All right, teams. These marine mammals found in the northern and eastern North Pacific Ocean are the smallest species of marine mammal. They love to float on their backs and eat mollusks and crustaceans. Vincent.
Otters.
Be more
The
specific.
sea otter.
Yes, sir. Sea otter. The stuffed tiger in American cartoonist Bill Watterson's comic strip is named for this English philosopher. Vincent?
Hobbes.
Hobbes is the one from Calvin and Hobbes. Natalie Babbitt's novel, Tuck Everlasting, is set in the fictional town of Tree Gap in this state.
New Hampshire.
Vincent?
New Hampshire.
Yes, you have it right. All right. The surname of this Dickens character has become synonymous with cold-hearted miserliness. Luca of Bow.
Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge. What superhero is more powerful than a locomotive and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound? Marcos of Littleton.
Superman.
He is the one. Teams, what are seraphim and cherubim? Vincent?
Types of angels.
Yes. All right, team, we have our first math question. You have pencil and paper if you need it. How many zeros are there in a trillion? Justin of Bow.
9.
Sorry, no. Littleton?
12.
Aiden.
12.
Sorry.
That is correct. 12. Seals make up most of the diet of this carnivorous bear. Marcos of Littleton.
Polar bears.
Polar bears are the one. On January 15th, 1967, head coach Vince Lombardi and quarterback Bart Starr led this team to a 35-10 victory against the Kansas City Chiefs in the first Super Bowl game. Justin of Bow.
Packers.
The Green Bay Packers, yes, sir. In 2008, this state's Senate became the first state legislative body where females were in the majority. Luca of Bow.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, it is, by a 13 out of 24 majority. This playwright wrote Death of a Salesman and The Crucible and was the third husband of Marilyn Monroe. Connor of Bow.
Sir Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller is the one. Before she served as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, this politician was the governor of South Carolina. Aaron of Bow.
Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley is the one. Competitors in this winter sport can travel at speeds of over 80 miles an hour, all while lying on their backs. Justin of Bow.
Bobsled.
Sorry, no. Jenna?
Luge.
Luge is the sport. The name of this style of early 20th century art, featuring bold colors and realism seen in works by Henri Matisse and André Derain, takes its name from the French for the wild beasts. And that style of art is Fauvism. Photographer Jimmy Olsen and reporters Clark Kent and Lois Lane work at this newspaper. Vincent.
Daily Planet.
That is the one. Teams, what are the 3 continents where you will find marsupials? Vincent?
Australia is I think North America.
And one more.
Europe.
Sorry, no. Bo? Aaron?
Australia, North America, Asia.
Sorry, it's Australia, North America, and South America. All right, just about a minute to go in the first round. Teams, this is another math question. You may need paper and pencil, you may not. What is the cubed root of 125? Aaron of Bow?
5.
5. Yes, sir. You will need to visit this museum if you want to see Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Marcos of Littleton?
The Louvre.
The Louvre. This self-governing Palestinian territory is 25 miles long and 4 to 7 miles wide and is bordered by Egypt and the Mediterranean Sea and Israel. Marcos.
Palestine.
Sorry, no. Aaron of Bow?
Gaza Strip.
The Gaza Strip. This jazz saxophonist and composer, known for modal and free jazz, was the subject of the 2016 documentary Chasing Train. Marcos of Littleton.
Duke Wellington.
Sorry, no. Justin of Bow.
Coltrane.
John Coltrane is the one. That is it. And that sound ends round one. It looks like we have a tie game after one round. Both teams scoring 110 points. All right, teams. Well, things get a little bit different in round two. We still have toss-up questions, but now the questions are worth 20 points and no longer 10. So a lot of points can be gained in round two. Teams, if you're ready, we'll jump right in. All right, here we go. Exposure to this type of electromagnetic radiation turned Dr. Bruce Banner into the Hulk. Luca of Bow.
Gamma radiation.
Gamma is correct. This writer won 3 Pulitzer Prizes, 2 for his poetry and 1 for his biography of Abraham Lincoln. You may know him for his poem, Fog. And that poet is Carl Sandburg. Teams, what is the model of car modified with a flux capacitor in the movie Back to the Future? Luca of Bow.
DeLorean.
The DeLorean it is. Poor Harold Godwinson. He was King of England for less than a year. His reign ended on October 14th, 1066, when he was killed in this battle. Connor of
Battle
Bow.
of Hastings.
The Battle of Hastings. Some of the ideas and sayings attributed to this Chinese philosopher and teacher are found in the Analects compiled by his followers. Aiden.
Confucius.
He's the one. Checkpoint Charlie was a crossing point between these 2 cities during the Cold War. Marcos of Littleton.
East Berlin and West Berlin.
That is it. In 1943, artist Norman Rockwell created paintings depicting freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. The paintings were inspired by a 1941 State of the Union address given by this president. Aiden?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
He is the one. Teams, who wrote the poem Because I Could Not Stop for Death? Vincent?
Emily Dickinson.
She's the one. This novel by Kurt Vonnegut follows Billy Pilgrim, who believes he was a captive in an alien zoo and has traveled through time. Marcos of Littleton.
Slaughterhouse 5.
Slaughterhouse 5 is it. All right, teams. In 1962, he replaced Pete Best as drummer for the Beatles. Aiden?
Ringo Starr.
Ringo Starr is the one. All right, teams. This empire controlled much of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa from the 14th through the early 20th centuries. Connor of Bow.
Ottoman Empire.
Yes, sir. Teams, another math question should you need pencil and paper. How many sides does a triskaidekagon have? Luca of Bow.
30.
Sorry, no. Vincent?
13.
13 is correct. All right, teams, we have our power question of the evening. The power question is worth double the points. So in this case, it is worth 40 points. Take a look at your monitors, please.
According to a sketch on Monty Python's Flying Circus, nobody expects this.
Vincent of Littleton.
Spanish Inquisition.
The Spanish Inquisition, yes, sir. All right, the movie Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, takes place during World War II in Vichy-controlled Casablanca. In what country is Casablanca located? Justin of Bow.
France.
Sorry, no. Littleton? Vincent?
Morocco.
Morocco it is. Tom Hulse portrayed this composer in the 1984 film Amadeus. Luca of Bow.
Mozart.
Mozart, he is the one. Teams, in what novel will you find the characters Templeton, Dr. Dorian, Henry Fussy, and Fern? Aiden of Littleton.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web it is. Just under a minute to go in round two. This South African Anglican cleric, known for his work as an anti-apartheid activist, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984. Marcos of Littleton.
Nelson Mandela.
Sorry, no. Desmond Tutu was the name we were going for. The Chernobyl nuclear accident occurred about 65 miles north of Kiev on April 24th and 25th in 1989 in what is now this country. Aiden of Littleton.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Comedian Steve Martin wrote the screenplay for the 1987 movie Roxanne based on this 1897 play by Edmond Rostand about a French nobleman and soldier with a rather large nose. And the play, the answer is Cyrano de Bergerac. Cyrano de Bergerac. All right, so after 2 rounds, it looks like Littleton has jumped out to a lead by a score of 350 to 210 over Bo. As we move into round 3, I'd like to invite the alternates to join their team up on the podiums as we move into our 60-second round. In the 60-second round, teams will be given 10 questions in a category. We will give them 10 points for each correct response. And if they get all 10 correct, we will give them an additional 10 points for a total of 110. Bo, as the team trailing, you get to select first from our categories. And Aaron, you have your team there. You can speak with your team. You can choose from What a Day, If the Shoe Fits, and Bird Songs. What a day it is. So the answers to the following will all include the word day. Aaron, you have your whole team there. You can talk to them. I will take your answer as the team answer. If you'd like to pass, just pass. 60 seconds. Start the clock. First female Supreme Court Justice.
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Correct. Actress and singer who appeared in Calamity Jane and Pillow Talk.
Pass.
It was Doris Day. Retired English actor who played Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York. Daniel Day-Lewis. Mexican holiday celebrating ancestors.
Day of the Dead.
Correct. 1951 science fiction movie featuring the alien Klaatu.
Pass.
Is The Day the Earth Stood Still. 1996 movie about an alien invasion starring Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum.
Independence Day.
Correct. The Day After Christmas in the UK.
Boxing Day.
Correct. Rock band fronted by Billy Joe Armstrong.
Green Day.
Green Day.
Correct. This is when you turn your clocks back.
Daylight Savings Day.
Judges, long-running soap opera set in the town Salem.
Pass.
It is Days of Our Lives. Judges? 5 out of 10 on their 60-second rounds. All right, Littleton, so we turn to you. And Jenna, you have your team there. You can speak to your team. You can choose from If the Shoe Fits and Bird Songs.
If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits. All right, you're going to identify the following related to footwear. Jenna, you have your team there, but I will take your answer as the team answer. Start the clock. Dorothy Gale wears these.
Ruby slippers.
Correct. Elvis warned you not to step on these.
Bruce Suede shoes.
Correct. Cinderella loses one of these.
A glass slipper.
Correct. Antonio Banderas is the voice for this well-shod feline.
Puss in Boots.
Correct. 2012 Broadway musical with music by Cyndi Lauper about a shoemaker.
Pass.
It is Kinky Boots, Hans Christian Andersen tale about footwear that forces a girl to dance.
The Red Shoes.
Correct. Hit song of Warning to a Cheater by Nancy Sinatra.
His boots were made for walking.
Judges, nickname for Converse sneakers taken from the first name of a
Chucks.
basketball. Yes, in the opening of every show, he changed into a sweater and a pair of sneakers.
Mr. Rogers.
He's the one. Song by Casey and the Sunshine Band about putting on some disco dancing shoes.
Pass.
It is Boogie Shoes. Judges? 8 out of 10 on your 60-second round. All right, alternates, you can return to your seats as we move on into round 4. During round 4, we continue with 20-point toss-up questions with the added wrinkle that incorrect responses will receive a 20-point deductions team. So a lot can swing one way or the other in round 4. If you are ready, here we go. This versatile actor is the voice of Darth Vader, Mufasa, and the CNN tagline. Connor of Bow.
James Earl Jones.
He is the one. After she had her husband, Peter III, arrested, she forced him to sign a letter abdicating the throne. He was assassinated 8 days later, but she went on to serve as Empress of Russia from 1762 to 1796. Vincent?
Catherine the Great.
She is the one. While Anne Boleyn may have lost her head after only 3 years as Queen of England, her daughter was queen for almost 45 years. Who was her daughter? Luca of Bow?
Elizabeth I.
Elizabeth I is correct. In January 1967, Jennifer Ranke of Omaha, Nebraska, won the Scripps National Spelling Bee by spelling the word Chihuahua. Spell Chihuahua. Aaron of Bow.
Chihua.
That is correct. Well done. This breakfast dish was either named for a retired Wall Street stockbroker or a New York City banker, and not for a Revolutionary War traitor. Vincent?
Eggs Benedict.
That is the breakfast dish. New panels of this comic strip that featured Lucy, Linus, Woodstock, and Peppermint Patty were published in newspapers from 1950 until 2000. Marcos of Littleton?
Peanuts.
Peanuts it is. Before he became the 44th president, Barack Obama served as the junior U.S. Senator from this state. Vincent?
Hawaii.
Sorry, no. Luca?
Illinois.
Illinois is the correct response. This is the 4th largest planet in our solar system and orbits the sun once every 164.8 years. Luca of Bow?
Mars.
Sorry, no. Vincent?
Neptune.
Neptune is the 4th largest. Yes. You have probably heard the line, "They also serve who only stand and wait." It is the last line in the sonnet, "When I consider how my light is spent," by this English poet, perhaps best known for his blank verse poem, Paradise Lost. And that poet was John Milton. Greenland and the Faroe Islands are both autonomous constituent countries of this Scandinavian country. Aaron of Bow?
Denmark.
Denmark, yes. Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry named this captain after one or perhaps both of a pair of Swiss scientists, Jean Felix, who was a chemist and high-altitude balloonist, and Auguste, who was a physicist who studied the Earth's upper atmosphere. Aaron of Bow?
Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard, correct. All right, teams, please take a look at your monitor for the next question. A square and a plaza in Boston are named for the artist who painted this portrait of Mrs. John Winthrop. That artist's name was John Singleton Copley, hence Copley Square. All right, teams, this German philosopher's book, The Critique of Pure Reason, published in 1781, sought to examine the limits of metaphysics. Vincent of Littleton?
Kant. Immanuel Kant.
Yes, he's the one. This author is perhaps best known for his USA trilogy that included the novels The 42nd Parallel, 1919, and The Big Money. John Dos Passos was that author. This author took the name of his 1929 novel The Sound and the Fury from a line in Act 5, Scene 5 of Macbeth. And The Sound and the Fury was written by William Faulkner. The Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. overlooks this river. Aaron of Bow?
Potomac River.
Potomac it is. This path in Boston runs from Boston Common to Bunker Hill. Sites along the way include Paul Revere's house and the Old South Meeting House. Marcos of Littleton.
Freedom Trail.
The Freedom Trail, yes. Just under a minute to go in the game. This 1957 novel features the travels of Sal Paradise and his friend Dean Moriarty. You would be with those two if you were on the road. On the road. This French woman and martyr is known as the Maid of Orleans. Aidan of Littleton.
St. Joan of Arc.
She is the one. This French novelist created the character Captain Nemo. Sorry, Aidan just missed it. It was Jules Verne. The movie and sitcom MASH followed the lives of doctors and nurses who served during this war. Aaron of Bow.
Korean War.
That's the one. In Roman mythology, this is the god of fire and metalworking. Vincent.
Vulcan.
Vulcan is the 1. This U.S. territory's name, we'll maybe get to that next game, but not today, as Littleton secures their victory over Bow by a score of 570 to 400. All right, great job, Littleton. We will see you in a few weeks for the quarterfinals. Bow, great game. We hope you had fun. And you at home, we hope you had fun as well. And we do hope that you join us next time on Granite State Challenge when the Fall Mountain Wildcats take on the Sauhegan Sabres. That's all for us tonight. I hope you had a good time. I learned a lot, and I hope you did too. Have a good one.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, Heinemann Publishing, DF Richard Energy, Measured Progress, HRCU, the Neath Network Organizations, our Super Sunday partner Manchester Community College, and viewers like you. Thank you.